Yeah.
All right. Biggest segment one, we're going to do a biggest scumbag moment of the week. The moment where we were the biggest scumbags this past week. Burned.
This is our confessional.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What is the biggest scumbag moment that you had?
Well, Bretto, I have a lovely homeless man who lives in my driveway, directly outside of my window, in a van. He is also married to my landlord somehow. I believe that's some sort of...
But she doesn't let him come inside the...
He is allowed to come inside to bathe. Also, flaming gay, and has some sort of strange plastic surgery face. As does she, LaToya Jackson. You've met my landlord, LaToya Jackson.
Sure.
And we had a cookout on a little Weber grill, and I left some of the ashes in there overnight. They dried out, and they were blowing onto his van, onto his hobo van.
Does he ever leave with the van, or does he just like leave it there?
He occasionally leaves. We don't know where he goes. We think he's some sort of
to go have sex with men.
Yeah, that's probably why. Why else would you have a van with a mattress in the back?
Probably young men.
Probably. I mean, he got that plastic surgery. I hope he didn't do it for nothing.
Right.
Right.
Got to look good for the youngsters.
Exactly. So he was having some of the ash was blowing onto his hobo van. God forbid your hobo van gets some ash on it.
Maybe Ramon, one of his boys, doesn't like the ash.
Maybe. So he came up to our door and asked my girlfriend if someone could remove those ashes because they're blowing onto his van. And I thought about it, and that was the catalyst. That was my breaking point of when I had to finally go outside and say, "Look, man, you don't pay rent to live here. You live in a van outside of my window, behind which you pile up tons of garbage that he's apparently transporting back to his home in Mexico, which he tells me is sprawling." Also, can barely speak any English whatsoever, and then decided to change the subject by telling him that he's just a good guy, man. I live in Vietnam. Like, you weren't in Vietnam.
No.
First of all, not old enough.
No.
Secondly, if you were a legal citizen,
Vietnam's a gay bar in
40
Tijuana.
years ago. Yeah, I've been to Vietnam, the gay bar in Tijuana. I don't want no trouble, man. I got stabbed in the asshole one time.
Not with a knife either, like usual.
So I got in a screaming match with him. Then
Why
realized...
do you always try to out-scream homeless people?
I don't know. I don't know. That's another story. Shut up, bitch!
Oh, yeah.
I felt so bad because then he's out there with a rag trying to wash all the dust and ash off of his van, and I'm like, why am I yelling at someone who's homeless? Like, I don't need.
You're gonna talk some sense into him.
I'm trying to talk this. Yeah, it's going nowhere. So I went inside. I got an ice cold Tecate for him. Brought it out. Shook his hand. I said, look, man. It's hot out. We're all a little testy right now. I apologize. I decided to be the bigger man. That was my gentleman moment.
The gentleman moment is that you were the bigger person.
Bigger person, trying to defend my really upset the lady friend. And that was my gentleman moment. But the scumbag moment was when I completely went batshit with no shirt on, half drunk at 6:30 with cut off sweatpants.
That's the 21st century version of chivalry.
Right. Am I any better than hobo man? I mean, I lived on your couch for 6 months with no sheets or pillow. I don't really have any cause to point fingers at someone who actually has a dwelling of his own.
I just don't understand why she doesn't let him in. Like, you're dating, ostensibly, like you guys are together.
Well, no, they're married. They're married. They've been married for 20 years.
And that's like his getaway basement? Like that's his...
No, I think it's a green card situation. I can understand why they don't let him in the house, though, because she has a very large, overweight daughter who is newly knocked up and also has stars tattooed on her face and 4 dogs, which piss and shit in front of my doorway every single day.
And she's the landlady.
Uh-huh.
You would think that she would make enough money to not... I don't know. This makes no sense to me.
One would think.